All right, we're coming straight at you with another edition of the Woods Finest Podcast.
There it
It's your
is.
boy Griff, and I'm joined by the man on the left. We know him better as looking like a speed stick deodorant, also AKA
Shots have been fired, ladies and gentlemen.
AKA Kevin Scott Obama. Kev,
Oh,
give
there he is.
the people some hope. What's going on, man?
I say, hey, man.
Hey, man.
I'm feeling the chain and the all whites, man. You're looking good
And
today.
there it is. There it is. Looking
No
rather
comment?
regal.
Okay,
Now and then.
moving on. All right, coach. What's up, my brother? How you feeling? Tell the good people what's going on with you.
Man, I'm just chilling, man, relaxing, man. You know, getting ready for the day tomorrow, you know. You know what it is.
And we know you cooking. We know you cooking. So we better
Throw a
wrap
little
this
something
thing up.
together. Throw a
I
little
know
something
you-
together, brother.
I know
You
you
know what I'm
is.
saying?
And Kev, we know you're not cooking a daggone thing. Kev,
Supervisor.
Kev,
Listen,
yeah,
supervisor. Tough fool, you know.
yeah.
Supervisor
Comes out.
taste tester. That's it.
Yes.
I know you'll show up downstairs with a bib and a fork and be ready to go. You're like, hey man, what's wrong? What time?
There it is. There it is.
3:30
Cousin Eddie
sharp.
from
3:30.
Vacation. Be like, it's going to be just right.
I know that's right. All right, fellas.
There it is.
Before we get started, we're talking about what is your favorite lesser known cartoon character? Lesser known is the key word. Ding 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 ding.
Want me to lead off?
Ding 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 ding. Yep, Kev, you're up to bat.
All right. This was tough for me, so I got a tie. But I got Inspector Gadget, number one. Get stuff done no matter what. He finds some type of gadget gimmick that he probably bought at Dollar Tree, right? Like a umbrella propeller going on the top of his baseball cap that spins him around, whatever, right? No matter what it takes to get the job done. Then I got Danger Mouse, right? Number one, cool nickname, right? And he can handle his business.
And he was British. He was British.
Oh yeah.
Danger Mouse.
That too, he got the cool accent, but they'd be like, "Oh, come on, DM." I'd be like,
There it is. I mean, that mole, kid. That mole was his backup. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go next because we know Coach gonna blow us away with some out of this world
Coach got it.
fantasticness. Yeah, so I went with. I don't know if this is lesser known, Kev. I know you're probably gonna boo me on this, but I said Panthro. Is Panthro lesser known?
Is he from He-Man?
I mean, see that though, Kev.
Okay,
The
it works
blasphemy. The
Yes,
blasphemy,
exactly,
sir.
exactly.
The blasphemy. Did you say, is he from He-Man? We are
Yeah,
talking about the
Thundercats.
coolest cat on Thundera, kid. Come on.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
Thundercats.
We are talking, hey, look, not only was he the
Oh.
coolest cat on Thundera, he was also Heathcliff Huxtable's daddy on The Cosby Show. That black man, that old black man, was Panthro.
Hey,
So when you
not
go back
only
and you
did he
watch
have-
The Cosby Show, close your eyes and see if you don't hear Panthro up there.
I mean, his voice is gangster, and then he had the suspenders that only hold up some draws.
The suspense.
He had some suspenders that only held up some draws.
Because
I
he
said,
was the
dang.
Black Thundercat.
The black
He was the
Thundercat.
Black Thundercat. Think about it.
Hey, look, I'm gonna hit you with two more because, like Kev, I'm being special. My second lesser known from GI Joe, of course, the great Roadblock, who would hit you with a little. See, he was rapping while he was in the
Before.
car.
That's it. Roadblock. Doing his
Roadblock.
thing.
Okay, and my last one, I don't know.
Hey,
Y'all
you got
remember
three?
Garfield? I got three. You remember Garfield, right? I don't like
Yeah.
Garfield. And so as a curveball, it's a curveball.
Oh,
This
here
guy,
it is. Here it is.
This guy
I think I
was
know
the
where you're going. I
opposite
know
of
where you're
Garfield.
I know where you're
Y'all
going.
remember the gangster cat, better known as Heathcliff? Heathcliff was an
I
alley
knew it.
cat.
I knew it. He Cliff didn't. Look, he Cliff didn't have no crib.
Yeah.
Garfield in there eating lasagna. Heathcliff outside getting that straight fish bone kid out the jump.
Right.
Heathcliff's about that life.
And they were throwing cans at Heathcliff on the fence while Garfield was inside chilling. Yeah,
Heathcliff is about that
yeah,
life.
Yeah,
yeah.
Heathcliff was about that life, so that related to me personally. So, all right, Coach,
Cliff.
we waited patiently
Well, okay, so
for your.
I had two, and my honorable mention Kev already mentioned, which was Danger Mouse. That was my honorable mention for a obscure, well, not very well known character. You know, he was on Nickelodeon. Remember, I think he came on. You Can't Do That on Television. Didn't have his own show. It was just his joint came on during another show. Danger Mouse did. It was like 2 3 minute episodes, but he was official. Um, so for mine, I gotta go with. We might call him in cartoons. He might have been Soul Brother #1. I'm going with Hong Kong Fooey.
He
That was my
almost
super
made
guy.
the list. I'm Kung Fu's a beast. That's also
Yeah,
good.
you know what I'm saying? Like you just. The brother was a janitor, dog. A janitor, and he was a street mutt. But when things got tough, he turned into Hong Kong Fooey, number
Number
one
one
super
super
guy.
guy.
See? So yeah,
Hey, I
and
like how he jumped
and
in.
I
He would jump in the file cabinet,
yep, they come out.
come out with the suit on.
And since Kev took my other one, I got a last minute I'm gonna throw in there. See how many people remember this cartoon, Turbo Team. How many people remember Turbo Team?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Remember he got struck by lightning, and when he would get hot, he would turn into his car. Oh no, Robbie! And his face is, and he turned into that daggone turned to that Trans Am or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,
yep,
now
Turbo
see
Team, man.
see y'all already wrote the next episode, so we got to do one on the best cartoons coming up
Oh,
real soon.
that
We got
could be that would have to be a series. I don't think we could get it
that.
all done because to be honest with you, and I know this is really off topic, but these kids nowadays don't even know what real cartoons are. They don't even know what you come
I
home
like see
5 days a
certain
week. He
gifs.
Man, Thundercats, Silverhawks was on. It was all year. You had something to watch for that. GI Joe, Transformers, all that stuff. So yeah,
Voltron.
they don't know nothing about it. They don't. Come on, man. Even you
Mm.
even watch the cars if it was a bad day. Then you need something to watch. You know
Yeah,
what?
I
I'm
forgot
about to
about
watch these 64 cars turn into Voltron too. I don't even got time. Lions ain't on. You be mad when you turn on Voltron and the opening scene be them cars and they want the lions. You be like, what is going on? What is going on? I need to see Keith and them. Who? I don't even know who these 64 people are. All these pilots.
All right. Yeah, we gonna bring the cartoon. See, I like it when when a
Yeah,
plan comes together. We're gonna
come
have to do the
together. There it
cartoons
is.
episodes. All right, fellas. We're talking about choosing happiness. That is what the show is about today. All right, fellas. So the first thing we need to do is define what does choosing happiness mean to you. I'm going with Professor Kappa over there. Kev, what you got, man? What does choosing happiness mean to you, man?
Well, I can say what it means to me right now.
As
So,
opposed to later?
well, compared to previously when I was younger,
Nah,
um,
just tell us what it means to you right now. What does choosing happiness mean right now?
well, in terms of what I define it as right now, it's kind of like being, well, choosing happiness is just not kind of going for just see it's more of a complicated answer. I was gonna kind of answer it a different way, but I would just say it's doing things to make your life happier in the moment, um, temporarily maybe, rather than just I guess long term chasing goals and stuff like that, like maybe in the past, maybe we would have done. I got more depth I can go into, but I don't know if that's really kind of necessarily my definition of it. I don't really necessarily have a true definition of it
Okay.
right now. I can
All
give you
right.
an
We're going.
example.
We're gonna move on to Coke. Coke, what's your definition of choosing happiness, man?
My definition of now in my life of choosing happiness is not letting anything disturb my peace. Now I have to be honest with y'all. One of my good friends tells me that all the time, so I'm sort of borrowing that from him. So there's your shout out, sir. I don't want to hear anything later. All right. I'm just saying that not letting anything disturb my peace, and what I mean by that is when you're younger, you will do a lot of things out of impulse or instant gratification, right? Now that I'm older, it's not really that serious. I would rather, I would rather have a really a week where everything just sort of goes good. You know what I'm saying? Falls into place as to me running out chasing something or trying to do something one night and then the rest of the week I can't get myself back straight because I done put all my energy into doing something I should have been doing in the first place. I need my peace. I don't have time to argue with you about something that's not really relevant. I don't want to have a circle conversation where we're talking about the same thing. You just keep saying it 12 different ways. I don't have time for that. So my peace is where I find my happiness, not allowing people to disturb my peace. Because at the end of the day, the only person that can really control your peace and how you feel at that moment in time is you. And if you don't allow people to come in and disturb your peace and your inner, your aura, or whatever people want to call it, I promise you, you will have some happiness.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All right.
agree.
All right. All right.
Hey,
Okay.
Griff, real quick,
Um.
before you go into your answer, can I expand on my answer? I wasn't really happy with kind of how I brought it up because I maybe got kind of
Okay.
confused.
Yeah, I wasn't happy either. Go ahead.
You can later on. So I would just say choosing happiness now is kind of like being safe and stable while having consistent happiness compared to in the past maybe chasing like a roller coaster ride which could lead to higher and lower things, right? But now that we're older, you know, for me at least, I found my soulmate, right? I don't have to go around chasing a whole bunch of other stuff. I got a steady job, I got my kids, I got to take care of them. I'm happy now by just doing relatively safe and stable stuff while being happy rather than taking a whole bunch of risks or spending a ton of money on getting a new fancy car and flossing and stuff like that. Right? That
Okay.
gives better perspective to what I was mentioning before.
That was much better. Now, as a educator, call me Professor Griff. Um, you can't use the word that you're
S1Ws
defining.
around you?
What's that?
You got the S1Ws in the background?
You know it. You know it. But you can't use the word that you're defining in its definition. So, for our own clarity's sake, you can't say define choosing happiness and use happiness in the definition. So that's my only point of contention with you, sir. But moving on, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into my. For me, it's real simple. Choosing happiness is a perspective. It's a state of mind. It's in spite of I'm going to be. That's exactly what it is. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the great performer India Irie, but
Oh
she was telling a
yes.
story
Is that a
about this
great?
young man, the great, yes. She sang a song about a young man. She said he had no windows and no doors, and on top of that, he was extremely poor. She said on top of that, he had no eyesight, but that didn't stop him from seeing the light. That's all perspective. If you are blind and poor and homeless and you still choose to be happy, that's all. I mean, we all should be happy because we all have things that we should be grateful for. And I think that's part of it. It's just a state of mind that says I know there are some bad things that happen in life, but I choose to focus on the positive, the things I do have, the things I should be grateful for, and instead of dwelling on
Mm-hmm.
those negatives, I'm gonna be happy. I got one more thing to say. Ancient Indian proverb, Kev. I know you're gonna like this. Flowing water is always pure. What does that mean? That we have to have activity. Like activity refreshes us. If you move, things get better. But if you sit down in the midst of whatever you're going through, whether it's depression or loneliness or whatever, and you just sit there and you just, I'm not, if you're just taking it all in constantly, it just makes you feel worse. That's why I think sometimes you just got to get up and move. And that's a big part of choosing happiness. You got to get out, you got to do something. All right. All right. So let's talk about happiness now. Let's talk about give three examples. We'll all go ahead and give three examples of things that we were looking for to make us happy or how we chose happiness in the past, and then we'll talk about three things we look towards now. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, y'all with me? Okay, so I'll go first. So I think when I was much younger, the thing that I desired, the things that made me happy, was attention from lovely ladies. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
money, obviously, because of the things that it can do for you, how it makes your life easier, all those kind of things. And number three, going places, whether that is just down the street to the corner store or the bar or to another state or to another country or whatever. Those were the three things that I thought made me feel the happiest when I was
Mm-hmm.
younger. Okay. All right, Kev, what you got, man? How did you choose happiness when you were younger, brother?
I mean, so when I was younger, you might be flossier, doing things like I kind of mentioned before, trying to buy fancy cars or fancy clothes or other things along those levels for spending more money.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you have more age and wisdom, and
Wait, are you talking, Kev? You're talking about the stuff in the past, right? You're still
yeah,
we ain't moved on to the future yet.
well, I mean, those are
No, don't
kind of
move on.
things from the
Go ahead.
past. Just kind of going for, you know, the instant thrill might be a better way to define it,
There you go.
right?
There we go.
Or things that you think might make others view you in a more positive light for whatever the reason was at the time when you're younger and that's more important to you.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know what you sound like? Well, you're not song ambitious. I want the money in the cars in the clothes, the hoes. I suppose.
Oh.
I just wanna be. I just wanna be successful.
Okay.
Big shout out to the homie Trey Songs. All right, Kel, what you
Yeah.
got?
Well, when I was younger, I would say I was definitely about doing stuff,
Hmm.
doing different things. I mean, I know that I know I spent a lot of time at UNC's campus when my brother went to school there. I I might not have went to school to UNC, but it certainly felt like I did.
Yeah.
Uh, um, but that was just the things I would do because when we were younger, right? And I mean, I'll just think about this. While we had access to vehicles and we could go places, we could only go so far too,
Yeah.
Hmm.
right? And being that my brother was in school there and it was only about 3.5, 4 hours away, it wasn't anything really super major.
Hmm.
And then my mom didn't mind me going there and I was got out. We were out of high school, so that was a good time for me, and I was driven by the same things you were driven by, Griff. Money, girls, and Kev, as you would say, getting things that we probably shouldn't have really needed. Like, oh, I need this watch because this watch is fly, or I need, you know what I'm saying? And you get
Also,
that
like
watch, and
new
then
experiences, right? Stuff you're
yeah,
not
yeah,
doing on a regular basis where we live and everything at that time. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I think that that's what leads into now. That's what makes you in life. When you become older, you become more comfortable with being at home and not doing stuff all the time because you've had the ability to live your life. You've done what you wanted to do at that point, right? And that's the thing that where happiness is sort of different because when you're young, you want those life experiences for happiness, right? You want to go out and do stuff like all of us. We've all basically said the same thing. We were all trying to go out and see the world basically as much as we could see it, right? Within our due bounds or means or whatever. And now that we've seen it and we've experienced it, we also appreciate the fact of just being able to come home and be with your family and relax and have a meal and not have to worry about this or that. You know that the bills paid, lights gonna be on, food in the house is yours. You can have it if you want it. Look, you can go to the bathroom in your house now. When you get older, that's severe. That's
Hmm.
happiness. Let's talk about it. You gonna talk about happiness?
Little
Look,
private
but
time.
yeah, yeah. Look, that there ain't nothing like being at your crib, sitting on your throne, relaxing. You don't have to worry about nobody coming into your next stall, somebody putting their foot underneath the stall when you try. Brother, why your shoe over here, man? You know what I'm doing over here. I know what you're doing. Why your shoe underneath my stall, player? So I mean, just that's what it is. The life experiences that you have change what happiness is to you, especially when you have kids.
Hmm.
And kids are happiness when you are a parent, whether they're pissing you off or not. That is your happiness. That is it. And when you see them do something, a kid could mess up 364 days out the year. One day they do something right, boy, they be shining like a diamond in your eyes. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. You know what I mean? That's your happiness to see them accomplish things and do things that they want to do. So it's just life experience is what changes your happiness, in my opinion. I know I sort of went off the cuff, but
No,
that's where I'm at.
it, Coat. Even when you're off, you're on. Good job. All right, we're talking about things now that make us happy. So in today's age, what are the things we talked about? The things that we did in the past. Well, now what are we talking? Let's talk about those things that make us happy now, and what has changed. So you know what, Kev? I like the way you're looking, but I'm gonna jump right in here real quick, and I'm gonna tell you the things for me. Um, I'm gonna say, you know what? It's funny when I was doing this list. The list is very similar. It's now, but now it's attention from the wife. I like that
Hmm.
attention. I like that time with her. I still like to travel and go new places. Kev, you said new experiences and all those kind of things. That is huge for me. The number one thing is a lesson that we keep learning over and over at our age is time. Time with our friends, time with our family. That is most important to me at this stage in my life. You know what the funny thing is? The only thing that has changed ain't the activities; it's who I want to do those things with. You know what I mean? In the past, I did a lot. I might have did a lot of stuff with various people, but I choose hanging out with you guys. You guys are like family to me. I love my own biological family: my mom, my pops, my brothers and their extended families, my kids and their kids. Now, that to me is just it's the best. It's everything's the same except for who I want to invest that time with. Kev, what you got, man?
All right. So I agree with everything you guys are saying. So I want to kind of answer this in a slightly different way while still remaining on topic. So
Okay.
what I would say is over time, with age and wisdom, we define happiness differently, right? And some of the things that may define our happiness may be relative to some of the decisions that we make. So let's
Mm-hmm.
just say if you make the right decisions at first, then you overcome obstacles and you can stay happy. So I'll just give an example, and we've all done this. Over time, we've purchased a house, which is very important, especially with the economy and stuff like that. So if you're renting, you're kind of in a cycle where you're
Paying
going to have
somebody's mortgage.
money over time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you're still paying money, but over time you're building equity, stuff like that. You're probably saving a ton of money on what you're paying for rent anyhow, and then it frees up finances for you so you can do things such as what you were talking about, taking trips and stuff like that, right? Other things that you could do, and then also, I guess when you get older, you aren't really looking to take as many risks. Um, so, like you were saying, you're comfortable with your family, your kids, right? Stuff like that. You're making
Hmm.
decisions for both them and you that you can still be very happy with, right? But,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
one of the things, and I fortunately don't have this issue, but some people do, and then they don't have as much happiness, right? So don't F up and find out. All right. And when I'm talking about that, don't, find out that you're trying to have happiness chasing things that you were doing back years ago when you were super young, chasing women and
Hmm.
like that. And then you F up and find out that your woman knows about that. And now it's caused other issues for you, right? So,
Hmm.
make the right decision at first. You don't have other issues. Then you're comfortable. You're happy. You don't have a whole bunch of other stress later on, right? That's kind of where I'm going with that. Um, and then just really, and I kind of am contradicting myself with some of this, but do things that make you happy now, because long term stuff isn't guaranteed. So you want to do things like purchasing a house, which is a long term investment, right? But also, you got to do stuff on an everyday basis to kind of make you happy. Maybe not splurging on impulse stuff, but smart decisions that both make you happy, both can keep you consistent and keeping your family in a good financial position where you're consistent.
Okay. So, um, again, I hear you, Kevin Left Eye Hall, saying, "Don't go chasing waterfalls."
Pause.
I hear you. But what is the daily
Don't
thing? So
go
you
chasing
you talking about the
waterfalls.
smart long term things. What are the short daily things that you can do to
Indeed.
choose happiness, Kev?
All right, so this might not be an everyday daily thing, but like some of the daily things that I do now, spending quality time with my life, like we might go to concerts a lot. We've talked about that on previous shows. So now they got a new one. It's like New Edition, Tony Braxton, Boys to Men, I think, right? So we're gonna go to
Okay,
when that. Go ahead.
just on a more daily basis, simpler stuff. What do you do on a more daily basis to be happy? What are you doing on a daily basis?
Daily basis. I mean, I'm just taking care of home, right? I'm doing stuff like avoiding
Drinking
stress,
hot sauce.
paying the bills, right? Stuff like that where I don't have unnecessary stress coming down on me, right? I'm being consistent. Um, I'm, you know, showing appreciation to my wife so we got a happy household, right? And then I can be happy with that, right? Making sure that I'm trying to do my best to raise my kids so I don't have unnecessary stress, which can cause me unhappiness, right? So causing
Hmm.
unhappiness, you know, is definitely bad. If you can avoid that, that's happiness, kind of, right?
Is it is the absence of stress, the absence of or the
Absence
minute
of stress is
when you minimize the stress? Are you saying that is the equivalent of happiness?
I can say it like this: if you have stress, you're definitely unhappy, big time. And if you can
We all have
minimize
stress.
that avoids it. Yeah, right. So then you don't have worries, right? So absent of worries is kind of happiness. Then you can just goof off, do whatever you want. I'm the master of goofing off. I can tell you that right now. So
We know. We absolutely know. Yeah.
I'm the
You
master of
are
I'm
the.
goofing off.
happy when I'm able to kind
Hey,
of do what I want, you know.
show enough.
And
You
then
are
so
definitely
it
the
frees
master.
up
Show
your
enough.
free time, also, right? It frees up your free time, which is happiness, because then you can do your free time whatever you want.
Okay. All right.
Facts.
Coat, what you got, man? What you got, man? What things make you happy today, and what's changed?
Well, I mean, I think you guys have basically both already said the things that make me happy now. And I think I said it earlier. It's being able to come home, relax, see my kids, turn on my PlayStation, mess with my laptop and do my things that I do on there. It's being able to do the things I want to do. As selfish as that might sound, right? But the truth of the matter is that I think we all have put in the necessary work to be at a point in our lives where we can do the things we want to do, and it's not doing it to not doing it and costing anybody or anything anywhere else, right? And
Yeah.
what I mean by that is like Kev hit the nail on the head. Paying my bills. When you were younger, you might pay a bill not on time. You pay it. But if you need to go to the club on Friday and the bill was due on Saturday and you needed an extra $40, that bill is gonna be $40 short because I'm going to the club. I'm gonna have me a couple beers. I'm gonna see if I can't pull something up out of here. Right?
And you're worried
Now
about it
that's not
later on.
ha-
It gets to be a bad
yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Making right decisions to avoid the stress later. Where before you would make a decision and deal with the stress regardless. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just about maturity and realizing the things that are important to you and how to have them within moderation or within acceptable boundaries for you to do what you want to do, depending on your situation and what your situation is. That's all I can say. That's the best way to put it. Your situation.
I got you.
Um,
Oh,
but I that's what I find happiness in, man, is being able to do what I want to do and not have to worry about anybody else be affected by what I'm doing because I'm taking care of my business. I'm making sure that my kids are having what they need and that they're being raised correctly. That's that is happiness for me at this point.
okay. I feel you. So we got Cody Abraham Lincoln Henderson. He appreciates freedom. He wants freedom. I understand. I understand. I understand. I
And
understand.
freedom is
Okay.
huge.
It is.
Yeah,
Freedom
man.
to spend your time doing what you want to do is definitely a
That's the
key
biggest thing
in
for me. I could have defined
choosing
it
happiness.
better, but I mean, that time management freedom, that's huge, man.
Yeah. Coat, well put.
Take
Well
that
Yeah,
put. I
for
man.
like that.
granted when you're a kid.
Absolutely.
One
Absolutely.
hundred
Okay.
percent because you really have all the time in the world when you're a kid and you don't even realize it because you think that stuff is important. That's really not.
True.
So yeah.
Okay. So we're down to the last question. Why are the decisions we make now better for us than other options? So I'll take this one first again. The decisions we make now, we've said this kind of throughout the episode. So I wanted to talk about three different orientations, if you will. The number one, the decisions we make now are future oriented. Okay, we're making sure that things down the road, we're looking big picture. We want to make sure that this is taken care of and that's taken care of. That things gonna work out better for us down the road. Kev, like you said, buying a house, investing in um, retirements and IRAs and all those kind of things. Being that future oriented person is definitely why our decisions now are working out better than other options. Number two, the second orientation is security. like you said, you want to make sure that you always have a place to stay, always have some food to eat, always have your immediate loved ones around you and available to you. Um, Access to travel and all those kinds of things would be my second orientation. And then the third and final one is the family orientation. Yes, everything we do now is for them kids. Yes. Um, and most of the what
Facts.
we do, most of the stuff that motivates us has something to do with the kids. Whether we want to admit it or not, like, hey, we work all these hours. We make sure that the kids are prepared and have all these resources, because we want life to work out better for them and our extended family. And that's those three things now that I think the decisions that we have now are focused on, so that we can have life work out better in the future. Um, Kev, Left Eye Hall, what you got, man? What How are you making decisions that are better now than the other options, man? What are you doing now? What are those? What goes into those decisions now, brother?
I don't know if I'm necessarily changing my thought process a
Mhm.
whole lot, but again, kind of when you get older, um, you start thinking of things differently. Number one, because you get older, you know, start having potentially health issues and stuff like that. You start realizing, we've had friends and family pass away, right? So start to really understand you may have less time available to you, right?
Absolutely,
You got to start
absolutely.
making
Mhm.
better long term decisions. So it's super important to make the right decisions originally, right? Or if you have not done that, start making steps towards doing that, such as some of the things we mentioned, right? Like buying a house compared to renting, um, not making dumb mistakes with your relationship and your kids, right? Stuff like that.
Your
Um,
health,
yeah, your health, right?
okay.
So, for an example, for me, I've had diabetes since I was 12 years old. I turned 50 last month. So, a long time ago, I started looking into things that they would say were great back in the day, like getting a pump. But back then, when you're 12 years old, technology just wasn't very good.
Wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, yeah.
So, but within the past couple of years, started doing some of those things. It's made a substantial difference for me. I really wish I would have done it like 20 years ago, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
though that's still kind of late, but I mean, um, could have saved a lot of things for me in terms of my health. That some things too late to correct, but definitely moving in a better direction, right? So just never stop trying to improve yourself. Doesn't matter if it's your health, your investments, um, building a relationship or repairing a relationship with your family. Those are the key things you got to keep doing every day. That number one, to find happiness. Number two, free up your time. Number three, maybe gives you more time on the planet when you're talking about health, right? But
Yeah.
those are, we kind of talked about it earlier, so I don't want to mention some of the same exact things, but those are the biggest things in my mind that stand out to making good decisions now compared to in the past when you may have made impulse decisions.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Coach, what you got, man? You taking us home?
Well, I'm gonna sort of be quick and easy on this one, man. To be
Okay.
quite honest with you, I would just say that now make more informed decisions. You have more experience and more life lessons to pull from when you make decisions about your life and your happiness. You have more to offer yourself when you make a decision because of the life that you've led and the things that you've done in your life. That's what makes the difference between now and when we were younger. That's why you make different decisions now than you would have made 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 5 years ago. For real. Some things you would make a different decision. I mean, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I turned 50 in September. This last month, every day I come home from work and take a nap for an hour, and I've never done that before. Never done that before. So I don't know what it is, but things in your life change because of decisions that you make and the life that you lead. That's what makes you change what is happiness for you. That's what does it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
I got you. I got you. I got you. All right. That was that was quick and easy. Unlike my brother over there with the filibuster. That's why your throat dry.
Just put
You
show
was
off. Put 'em in
filibustering
check.
out there.
Yeah, Kev with the filibuster. What they say? Kevin
Oh,
Scott Obama. Kevin
there
Scott
it is.
Obama.
There it is.
That's your new name now, Kev. So,
That happiness now
yo,
for that healthcare plan I passed years ago. I'm not complaining about that though.
Mm.
hey,
I'm weak.
we might lose that very soon. I think they have lost that. But yeah, we'll get into that or maybe on another episode. So
Another episode.
for choosing happiness, this is your boy Griff for my boy Kev Left Eye / Obama Hall for Coded / Abraham Lincoln. All I want is freedom, Henderson. And your boy Griff. It's been another episode of the Woods Finest Podcast. Please
There it
tune
is.
in to the next episode. We love y'all. Deuces.
Peace.